enough about the Joker. Let's move on to some of the other characters, such as Mike Engel and Rachel Dawes.
Mhm.
Do you have any thoughts about these characters or any of the other characters in The Dark Knight?
Most definitely. I think that's one reason the movie works so well is because it's not a Batman movie. It's not a Joker movie. It's a Gotham movie. And of course in Gotham there is Batman and the Joker and they show up, which is fantastic. But there's other characters. You've got Harvey Dent, huge character. Jim Gordon, a staple of the Batman mythos. Rachel Dawes, which is a completely throwaway character. She still finds a way to work. You watch the first movie, Katie Holmes, a lot of people hated her, and she wasn't great, but, you know, she did her job. She was the chick in the movie that other women wanted to, like, go see the movie for, because there was a love story. So they shoehorned this character in, and, you know, she did her job. She wasn't bad. I didn't find her annoying. But if you watch The Dark Knight, Maggie Gyllenhaal actually does something with the role. A lot of people would probably disagree with me and were, you know, are glad with the fact that, spoiler, she dies. We're glad that she died. But she worked. Personally, I was sad that she died. If it had been in Batman Begins, I would have shrugged my shoulders and been like, oh, well, you know. But I was actually sad that she died. It made me think back, and, you know, I thought about people in my life, and it was a strong character, I felt. And it was good to have someone that was a more prominent character be a casualty, because that's, you know, that's the catalyst for Batman needing to go to the lengths he does to do what he does. Mike Engel, I thought, was a really interesting character because he's kind of the eyes. He's a news reporter, and he's repeating, you know, all these events on TV, and he eventually is captured, and he does like a hostage video, and it's a very small role. It's Anthony Michael Hall, but it works. It's a tiny role, and it works. As far as other ancillary characters, the two biggest, or I guess the four biggest, are Harvey Dent, which he's not even ancillary in this movie, but then Jim Gordon, Alfred Pennyworth, and Lucius Fox. Jim Gordon is, in my mind, has always been almost a father figure to Bruce Wayne. Not in the same way Alfred was, but he's usually depicted as being about the same age as Batman's father. He and Batman work together, and he's a good guy. I mean, I've never met anyone that was like, I don't really like that Commissioner Gordon. I mean, you love Commissioner Gordon. There's a moment in the movie, every single time I saw the movie, which is a lot, there was a moment that he had cheers every single time. And this isn't because people are such diehard Gary Oldman or Jim Gordon fans. It's because he's a great character, and it shines in the movie, and he just works so well. Harvey Dent is fantastic. He's the White Knight. He has his own role to play, and he fills it just expertly. He is Harvey Dent. And I think that's what it comes down to with most of these characters, is they're not actors playing them, they are the characters. Alfred Pennyworth, the butler, everybody knows Alfred. And he's almost a moral compass for Batman and for Bruce Wayne, because in the fight for, you know, justice and crime, he gets tunnel vision. He gets very possessed with what he needs to do, but he's got this guy at home, you know, reminding him, don't stray too far into the shadow, because at that point he's going after vengeance and not justice. Lucius Fox, employee of Bruce Wayne. Everybody loves Morgan Freeman. He's like the grandfather character. He's funny, he's smart, he's just a cool guy. And Lucius Fox is kind of the guy that he kind of knows something's going on, but he's not going to say anything, and he helps Bruce Wayne out. And he's actually got an expanded role in this movie, and he plays into the moral dilemma aspect of Batman's crusade, and it's just, they are all absolutely fantastic characters. I can't imagine anybody watching this movie and saying, like, well, they should have cut this guy, they should have, I mean, they all work. Even no-name characters that have maybe 3 lines work for what they're supposed to do.
Well, one final thought that I've got, you've actually written a review that you've posted on the internet, and in that review you say this movie is raw emotion. What do you mean by that?
Um, it was it's one of those movies that you start watching it, you're into it immediately, and you don't get let go. And the emotion of the movie is on the surface constantly. There's always something on the surface of the movie. Tension, fear. Sometimes it's funny. There's, Lucius Fox has a lot of funny moments. Batman has some funny moments. Well, not so much Batman as Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is a very funny character because he is Batman's alter ego, and he does, just funny things. Alfred, of course, gets some great lines in there. He's got a lot of one-liners between him and Batman. So, you've got some funny. Then you've got the Joker, who is absolutely terrifying. And before this movie, there hasn't really been a terrifying Joker outside of comic books. Mark Hamill's the Joker in the animated series. It was pretty scary for what it was. And I say buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. There's no reason not to buy this movie. I have not seen a movie I've liked more this year. And this has been a great year for movies. I have seen a lot of movies that I've loved. And not just because there wasn't anything. I mean, I've loved them more than other movies. I mean, they're just great movies. And The Dark Knight comes out and just swaps them all away. It's just a powerful and wonderful movie.
Well, that's great, and thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts with us. We hope those of you that watch this conversation online will make your comments, and we hope that you've enjoyed hearing Josh's thoughts on The Dark Knight. Thank you, and we'll be back in the future with another review of one of the great movies out there on the big screen.